Hey everyone, my name's Paul. Thanks for stopping by. If you're new here, please subscribe to the page. Damn it. I'm gonna leave that in. Today, I wanted to talk to you about the EOS R. Is it still a good camera, or is it a total piece of shit? Is the EOS R still a good camera? This old ass camera, is it still good? It's like asking, are walnuts still good? Yes, walnuts are still good. I don't know what else would come out that would make a walnut not good. Yeah, that was a bad analogy. But, so I've had the EOS R for 2 or 3 years. Whenever it came out, I picked it up. What sold me on it was its weight and build and how the body felt in my hand. I love it. Still to this day, it feels amazing. And I had the 5D Mark IV, which I loved. It got to a point where I found my wrist was hurting after using it. And long story short, I play hockey. I'm Canadian, so we all play hockey. We were born with skates on. That's a joke. Terrible joke. It hurt my hand playing hockey. I always felt like when I would hold my camera, my wrist would start hurting right about here. And so I looked at the specs, the things that I need from a camera, this camera does, the same as the 5D Mark IV. And so I made the switch, and I have loved the EOS R. I love how the photos look. The video looks pretty good. It's always my B cam to my C200. Now, if you want a great video camera, get a C200. Yes, the C70 came out, and there's the R5 and the R6, yada, yada, yada. Go get a C200. It's spectacular. It makes life easy. It's a magical camera. You'll love it, I guarantee you. Anyway, so the EOS R. Now, the R6 came out, and the R5, and they're great cameras too. And I had an opportunity to mess around with the R6, and the R6 is a great camera. It's fantastic. Look at it right now. I think it looks pretty good. The EOS R has been great. It's reliable. The 1080 video on it is fine. It looks good. My C200 takes EF lenses, and the EOS R takes both EF and RF if you have an adapter, which I do somewhere. Oh yes, that reminds me. We're in the middle of a giveaway. I'm giving away this Mikey an RF to EF adapter, and that works on all the R cameras. It works great. It works just like the regular Canon adapter. I haven't tested on a Komodo on the Red, but I'm sure it works too. I don't know. Okay, if you want to be entered in the giveaway for this, few rules. You need to subscribe to the page, like this video, comment below, and just comment on your first camera. What was your first camera you had? First pitch you ever took. What was the camera? And you have to live in the continental United States because I'm gonna ship this, and it can't be $1,000 to ship. Anyway. Enter the contest, please. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna close it out pretty soon. I've just been so busy with life. So thanks for entering if you already have on the last video. Anyway. All right, so the EOS R, I don't know what I was talking about, but here's the things that I love. The eye autofocus on here is fantastic. It's like, usually, if I was doing a session, I would take pictures and it'd be like, maybe 7 out of 10 would be tack sharp, perfect, and then be the one that would be almost there, and that's always the one that's the best. That's always the picture you're like, oh, I wish it was better. I wish it was a little sharper. And you try to fix it in post, but But this one, I found it was like 10 out of 10. Just like, it allowed me to forget a bit about the technical side and allow me to get framing right and to get my settings really on par. Direct the subject, getting the right angles and having the right mood so that the photos will come out better. And I think it's changed me as a photographer to be a bit more confident in that it's just one less thing that I have to worry about. Is the eye in focus? Is this in focus? And it just allows me to think, oh, okay, I'm just taking great pictures. I'm connected with the person I'm taking photos of, and we're in sync, and we're working on something that we're coming together on. So that's the first thing I love. The second thing I really love about it is the body. It's just so comfortable to hold in the hand. And I couldn't be happier with that. Next thing, the video looks good. It's 1080, and 1080 is fine. Honestly, most of my clients, I turn over 1080 projects. Like, it's a rarity that someone's like, oh, we need this 4K. It does 60 frames a second in 1080, and it's smooth, and it looks great. And I've shot amazing videos for big companies with this, and no one says a thing. Everyone likes it. So if you're hung up on saying, like, oh, it doesn't do full frame 4K, yes, that's a downside for some things, because sometimes when I'm shooting with like my C200 or an R6, I shoot 4K, so it gives me an extra option to punch into, because I'm most likely turning it over as a 1080 final project. So it gives you some workability to use it. But honestly, if you're intentional and you plan out what you're going to do, this is just fine. 1080s, it looks great. C-Log's in here and it looks fine. If you're in a position where you're starting out or you're moving from like a crop sensor, like a 60D, a 70D, 90D, if you're looking to get into a full frame camera and you have EF glass and you want to just get into a full frame look without spending $2,600 on this, on the R6, I would really encourage you to check out a used or a new EOS R because it's a great camera. Don't get so caught up on buying the fanciest new camera. You know, I've been there, I've done that so many times, and it doesn't make so much of a difference. But if you find the right tool for where you're at, I do think you can develop your skill set so that you can become a better creator. And I think the EOS R was that for me. I had the 5D Mark IV, which I dread taking photos with because my wrist would just kill because it was heavy. And then I got this camera and I started taking photos with it, and I think it really gave me a new appreciation for taking photos. And so when my son was born, and this was a lot of fun too, I kind of had a reignited passion for taking photos because we were in quarantine. He was born on January 30th, and we have nowhere to go. Every shoot of mine was canceled, and so I thought, oh, well, I'm gonna keep sharp by taking photos of my son, and I just really had such a nice time with the EOS R. It's 32 megapixels, so the pictures are so sharp, they're tack sharp, and this summer I took this with me everywhere. And so usually, I'll be honest, you know, if I'm not working and I'm not on a paid gig, I'm just taking photos with my phone. And the EOS R was kind of this fun thing. I didn't take, you know, hardly any photos with my phone, and I switched to just taking photos with this. So the quality is amazing, and it's a great camera to learn on, and it's a great camera professionally. So a mentor of mine told me this once, and I took this to heart, and I think about this every time I want to buy a new piece of equipment. I'd gone to him and said, hey, I'm thinking about getting this new camera. I think it's gonna be great. The specs are cool. It does all these different frame rates, yada, yada, yada. And he said to me very bluntly, he looked at me and said, will this new camera make you any more money? And I thought about it, and I said, no, I don't actually think it will. And he said, don't buy it. If gear doesn't make you more money, if you're in this as a professional and it's not making you more money, then don't waste your time. Use the equipment you have, rent gear, but don't just keep buying new equipment because it's new and exciting. That will put you out of business. Use the cameras that you have at your disposal. I had a shoot last week, and I took this camera out, and I had it with the R6, and I thought, oh, I don't want to use the R. But then I realized, like, it's still freaking great. This is a great camera. The footage is amazing. It's all about how you use it. So save a little bit of money, buy a camera that's still very, very relevant, full frame, mirrorless camera, and investing great lenses. My lenses that I invested in have been with me through all of the different camera bodies I've had, through the 70 to the 5D Mark II, 3, 4, EOS R, C200. My lenses, they've stuck around the whole time, and I've made little improvements, upgraded here and there, but buy great lenses because they will stick with you, and they make all the difference in image quality. Cameras, they come and go. They come and go quick. Save money, buy glass, don't invest in cameras. If you don't have any great lenses, don't do it. It's a trap. He's so confused. Hey buddy.
This is fun.
This is Samson, and he's the best. And he loves technology. Oh, was this fun? Alright, I'm just gonna finish this real quick. I got like 2 minutes left.
Okay.
So here are my final thoughts. The EOS R is a great option for you if you're moving up from a T2i, 80D, 90D, something in there, crop sensor camera, or a DSLR. Maybe you're on the 5D Mark III still. This is a great move. The weight's great. The autofocus system is just fantastic. And I think the picture qualities for photos is amazing. I do off-camera flash quite a bit, and I just feel like the system works great. The photos, the colors are amazing, and I've never been disappointed. I hope this was helpful. Again, if you have any questions or if you want to make any comments, I would love to hear from you. I try to answer every single question. And so please subscribe. If you subscribe, thank you so much. I love you guys. It's been great getting to know some of the people who have subscribed. So message me anytime if you have any questions. Mikey Adapter, enter, drop a comment. What's your first camera? Like the page, subscribe, like the video. There you go. So again, thank you so much. My name's Paul, and we'll see you next time. I'm gonna try to make more videos more often. All right, thanks.